Hey, good morning guys. This is part 2 of my road trip back home to Cleveland from Summit Point, West Virginia. Had a really good weekend. Great time getting on the skid pad, hanging out with friends with auto interest, and getting a chance to see some really cool cars out on the track and learning how to drive on the track as well. So definitely check out auto interest when you get a chance, but I'm excited for this trip because we're going to be checking out some cool things. Stay tuned. So like I mentioned in part 1, here at Summit Point Motorsports Park, they have multiple chargers at different locations, different tracks in one location too. This is the Summit Point circuit, and you can see that there's 2 Clipper Creek and 2 destination chargers for Teslas. So plenty of charging options. So the time to head out has finally come. It's about 8:30 in the morning. We're gonna head back to Bedford, PA to the Electrify America charger. But first, we're gonna get some Starbucks. And I can't remember if I mentioned in the first clip, but we're also gonna go to Lordstown, Ohio today to see if there's any update on the GM Ultium Battery Factory. And also check out Lordstown Motors, see what we can see from the side of the road. So let's get started. So I just got to Starbucks, and if you haven't had one yet, definitely try the Impossible breakfast sandwich. They're great, and they're mostly vegan if you don't get the egg and cheese, so they're really good. Definitely try them, as well as the almond cold foam, cold brew, cinnamon something. It's a mouthful. Definitely try it. So we have about an hour and a half until the next charger in Bedford, PA, and I will see you guys there shortly. Man, my hair is, whoa, a mess. Just ignore that happened. Anyways, I just got to Bedford, PA. My husband and I just got to the Sheetz where the Electrify America chargers are. They're the exact same ones from part 1 of my trip, going down to Summit Point, West Virginia. So I'm not really going to show you guys what it's like charging here, since if you watch that video, you know what it's like. So I'm going to plug in, use the bathroom, get a quick charge. We got here with more than 50% left on the battery pack, which is pretty impressive. So it's going to be a really quick charge here, but going to get it started so we can get on the road to the next one in Belle Vernon, PA. So just like that, we're plugged in, getting charged, and I have a little friend, which is funny because I had a Spider on my trip on the way here. It's not the same one, but let's see. We're charging at, the screen's really dim. But it's going right now, so I'm gonna run to the restroom. So just got back from going inside, and the Spider is no longer in my charge port, so I'm not really sure where it's at, as long as it's not inside the car, because fun fact, Brandon is afraid of spiders. But I actually was curious because I've noticed that a ton of insects tend to end up in my charge port. So I wanted to know if you guys have experienced the same thing when it comes to chargers and bugs and spiders specifically. I don't know if it's the electricity, but if anybody's watching this who knows what exactly attracts them to the vehicle, please let me know, because I've noticed that a lot in my Bolts, and when I had my Chevy Bolt, there always tend to be some type of bug in my vehicle, in the charge port, in the engine bay, just all over the car. So please let me know if you guys know what that means. So we were only here for about 15 minutes, charged the car up to about 71% because the next charger is about 85 miles away, which will have plenty of charge to get there. So I'll see you guys at the next charger. So we have officially made it to Belle Vernon, PA at the Electrify America chargers from part 1. We have about 70 miles left. It's about 83 degrees out, and I turned on the AC because I was getting really hot in my Cybertruck hoodie. Let's see what we're averaging. So we're not doing as efficient as before, only because we were up and down mountains, going between 70 to 80 miles per hour. And like I said, I have the AC turned on, so it kind of made it a little bit less of an efficient trip, but that's okay. So we're gonna go have Beyond Burgers from Sheetz while we charge up, have some lunch, and I will do a recap of our journey. So we stopped at Sheetz, and I mentioned earlier about getting the Beyond Burger?
Beyond Burger, yep.
And look at this. Just look how good this is. A pretzel bun, whatever that is. Chopped lettuce, tomatoes, barbecue sauce.
Barbecue.
And we're charging. In that short time span, we managed to get about over 30% of charge. So we're almost at 75% charge already, and we're gonna eat and then we're gonna keep going. So I wanted to do a quick recap of the trip, just since we're halfway through, and we're gonna be going to Niles, Ohio to charge up again at another EA charger before we check out Lordstown and GM's new battery plant. And I just want to do a quick recap of what the trip was like. So you guys know my husband Tyler from part 1 and many other videos. He's kind of my cameraman, side partner, you know, partner in crime, if you want to say that. But anyways, so Tyler was not on the drive with me for pretty much like this entire trip. I was the one behind the wheel for the Bolt. He just followed me from Summit Point to where we're heading home in his Miata. So we're having some fun times curving through the mountains, you know, trying to get ahead of semi-truck drivers because they don't pay attention, and all that fun stuff. So, you know, I just want to say that I'm actually incredibly impressed with the Bolt, and I think, would you say the same?
I would say so.
Yeah. Like,
software update definitely helped.
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, Tyler, sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, it might be too loud. But Tyler and I went to Detroit back in October, and we experienced some of the pains of non-Tesla ownership with the charging speeds at an EA charger in near Toledo, Ohio, just because it was cold weather and it just was not charging fast at all. And I don't really think at the time we were pretty smart with planning what we were doing. No. We were speeding, we had the heat blasted, we just were not driving efficiently at all. And I think this trip we definitely learned from all those mistakes. And I think we're doing really good.
I think so.
Yeah, I definitely would think so. So we have about 10 minutes left of the charger. It actually looks like it might have actually already hit 80%, so that's good. So we'll finish this recap up. But I'm really impressed with the Bolt. I would say I would definitely recommend it based on what it's like to drive in the summer and charge on, you know, in the summer. But it's going to be sad to see once it's cold outside and we could charge on a fast charger, utilizing that new software update to see if it actually charges faster in colder temperatures. But I guess we'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
But for right now, I recommend the Bolt, so go out there and check it out. So we finally made it to Sheetz in Niles, Ohio, our final stop before we go and check out the Lordstown Motors plant and the GM Ultium Battery plant. Let's see, pulling about 55 kilowatts. These ones are actually the newer EA chargers, unlike the ones in PA. So pretty nice, about 4 of them. Definitely come check it out, but I will say that there's not much around here except for Sheetz and a lot of potholes, right? Yeah, a lot of potholes, so definitely be careful. So what's really cool is that a Sheetz attendant actually just came over here and wiped down all the EA chargers, including the handles, touchpads, touchscreens, everything, with some disinfectants. So they're definitely keeping everything clean, which is cool, pretty respectful, which we appreciate too. So definitely come check these out if you're in Niles, Ohio, or going this way. Okay, so we are leaving the Electrify America chargers here in Niles, Ohio, and we're gonna go check out the GM Ultium battery plant progress. So see you guys in a few minutes. Hey guys, so we're by a busy roadway, just to let you know, just in case if you hear some background noise, but we found the GM Ultium Battery Pack Factory, and it's being manufactured as we speak. I'll turn around. Like I said, we're across the highway though. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see, but there is the main building right now, and you can see that it's this massive construction site that literally reaches for miles upon miles. I wish I could get a better shot of it. Wait for that truck to go by. But that's as far in as I can go. But there's structure and the battery plant is being made. I'm so excited. For those who do not know, the new GM Ultium battery plant is going to be GM's factory for their next generation batteries that's going to offer an ultimate range of over 400 plus miles on a full charge, faster charging, and a lot of other features. I really hope you guys can hear me with all this traffic, but it's really cool. It's going to allow GM to build their next generation of electric vehicles. So it turns out there's a car coming, but I can zoom in further. That's the main structure being built. So exciting. Absolutely so exciting. Sorry for that truck. This building is going to be massive. I don't know if it's going to be gigafactory size, but it's still going to be pretty huge And honestly, it's big for Ohio. Hey guys, so sadly we weren't able to get closer to the Lordstown Motors Factory. Obviously, you know, some of the roads around that area were not the best, and I was afraid we were going to puncture our tires, so we just took a photo with the sign, and that was really it. That's all we could see. I was really hopeful that we were going to be able to see some anything of the Endurance or just see one in person, but that's okay. We weren't able to see that. So I just got home. It's been a very long day. We started driving around 8:30. Quick recap, we stopped at 3 charging stations, the Bedford, PA, Bell Vernon, which the 2 were the ones that I used to get down to Summit Point, West Virginia. And then we went to Niles, Ohio, which is a new charger I've never been to, which is also part of the Electrify America charging network. So utilize those to get home. And I'm going to turn this around so you can see some more data. So I decided that I was not going to do separate trips like I did on the first trip down to Summit Point. I decided just to kind of keep everything under one trip in terms of distance. So you can see that I drove 335 total miles today, which is kind of funny that that's even, and averaged about 4.4 miles per kilowatt, which is pretty good. I would say with the rain, the speed, the kind of stopping and going using AC, that's pretty good efficiency. We are coming back with about 75 total miles left on a charge, roughly above 25%. And then if we go to energy, so you can see some more data, go to information. You can see on this trip, since the first full charge, which was this morning, I lost about 7.3 miles just based on outside temperature, climate settings, which is a big impact, which you can see. But outside temperature actually added mileage, but because I had the climate settings, it took away from that. And if we swipe to this graph, you can see that my efficiency history was pretty good for real-time driving, almost 6 miles per kilowatt. And then if we go here, you can see that we utilize about 88.7 kilowatts for 355 total miles of driving. So mainly the climate settings took a good amount away from the total charge, but the driving and accessories is pretty much where all the electricity went, which is pretty good. That obviously means that it was efficient. But the one interesting thing is that you can see 1% went towards battery conditioning. And the one thing I wanted to mention, I did not get this on tape, is when I was driving, or when I was charging at Niles at the Electrify America charging station, the fan turned on. And I'm not entirely sure if that's what that's calling battery conditioning. I believe that's what it is. But it was actually surprising that the fan kicked on, because at the other 2 charging stations, it did not. So I'm wondering if maybe the battery was overheating just based on how far we were driving, and it needed to condition itself and cool down. I think that's what happened. So maybe that's where that 1% of electricity went to. But I gotta say, the Bolt impressed me on this trip. A total of almost 600 miles since Friday, charged roughly about 5 times. I'm going to say it was a little bit more than $20 at these stations, not including the $15 per day it costs to charge at Summit Point, but it's still pretty good. I got to say, I'm really impressed with this car, and I'm excited to do the long distance trip in the winter time. So we just got home and we get to see our puppies. Hi, Orchid. Hi, baby. RV. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi. I missed you guys. I missed you. I missed you guys so much. Hi, guys. Hi, RV. Oh, okay. Okay. So enough of my baby voice. I'm going to plug in the car, get it charged. And like I said, just really impressed with this. But I just want to say a big thank you for watching the first part and this part if you guys made it this far. It was a fun journey. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn vlogging, and I'm sure the transitions are not smooth in any of these videos. But I'm definitely going to continue making new ones and continue doing travel blogs and vlogs, because we're going to be going to NCM Sport in I think Sportsway down in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is about 9 hours away from here. Plenty of charging stations to get us there. In fact, actually, there's an Electrify America charger at the Corvette Museum down there. So that's gonna be next weekend. So definitely expect to see some exciting new content soon. But thank you guys. If you like this video, definitely like and share with your friends and hit that subscribe button. The support means a lot. Anyways, make sure you make every day electrifying. Take care, guys.